I got no hat on!
Oh my god, Hatgate!
I blocked myself in, I can't get out! Shit.
Cover up that goddamn bald patch!
Shit. Welcome everybody to the Meatballs.
Not you though.
Who?
You're not welcome.
Which one?
Him.
Yeah, he does look.
In the back.
Yeah.
Turn this off. You're not welcome. Let the other people watch. Go and make a cup of tea or something, okay? You're still there. Stop. Just fuck off. Fuck off! Sorry, carry on.
Where were we?
Welcome to the
Meatballs Video Podcast, Episode 3, with myself, TC, and my main man,
Bambi.
Now, in this episode, we are going to be watching and learning about...
See and learn. See and learn.
Lobsters.
Getting drunk off of chips.
Zombie teens.
Sucking dick in court.
DNRs.
Artificial intelligence.
Black monks.
Suicide by snake.
Lost cars.
Not having a vagina.
And Jesus' butt.
Not to mention ruining a sex robot. The thieving bastards at Apple. And we'll be having visits from a young man called Francis who spent a small fortune. A very angry man trying to do the news. And our new favourite friend who has no name. But he's live!
He's live, and one day we should get him live here! Live! So, strap on that belt. Not strap-ons. We're not gonna learn about strap-ons. Strap on that belt, sit down tight, and crank up the volume, because you're about to witness something so special you ain't gonna wanna miss it.
Apart from you, get the fuck out of here! Meatballs Video Podcast! So let's kickstart this motherfucker. What have you got?
Okay, first story. Lobster found with Pepsi logo tattoo. Yeah, lobster found with a Pepsi tattoo. Fuels fears over ocean litter.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to say... Who would get a Pepsi tattoo? I mean, I've got some bad ones, but I'd never get the Pepsi logo. Yeah.
So, basically, a Canadian fishing crew went out to catch some crabs, some lobsters, and come back with a Pepsi lobster.
Was it an official sponsor?
Must have been. So, the thing is, they don't know how it's got on to the... Because it's on the claw.
Right.
They don't know how it's on there. They're basically not sure what it is. So, the guy that caught it, who drinks as many as 12 cans of Pepsi a day, quickly spotted the resemblance.
Oh.
I was like, oh, that's a Pepsi can.
Is it just like a bit of red and blue? Or does it actually look like a Pepsi can?
Well, I'll show you. It's definitely a Pepsi can.
It's a picture of a Pepsi
Yeah.
can. What the fuck?
So, basically they think that it's like come off a box, but it's like grown onto the actual claw because they
Fucking hell.
can't take it off.
Yeah.
So, people out there, don't throw your box of Pepsi can boxes in the sea.
You've got a blue bin for a fucking reason.
Or if you're in America, I don't know how your recycling system works.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yes. That's a Meatballs bit of...
That's the Meatballs epitaph.
So yeah, lobsters are now coming in Pepsi flavour.
So did they try and get it off?
I probably should have looked into the story a bit better, shouldn't I? After coming across the lobsters, she snapped one picture before placing it, Pepsi image and all, into a crate with the other lobsters for sale. They got eaten. But if it goes into a restaurant where you get to pick your own lobster to eat,
Yeah.
you would never pick the one with the fucking lobster.
I want the corporate one.
Yeah, with the fucking Pepsi on it. But she's like, oh, I really wish that I kept it now.
Why?
Typical woman. Can't make her mind up.
No.
Can't make her mind up.
Fuck.
That's that story.
Okay.
That's how I kicked off episode 3.
So let's see if I can segue this from a Pepsi covered lobster into a sex robot.
Okay.
A sex doll was so heavily molested by eager men it broke before anyone could actually use it. Or use it privately, anyway. We're not entirely sure what happened to Samantha, but its owner complained that the £3,000 robot was left heavily soiled after being exhibited at a tech fair.
$3,000 or pounds?
Pounds.
Heavily soiled.
Developer Sergi Santos from Barcelona, Spain, says visitors to the Arts Electronica Festival in Linz treated the intelligent sex doll like barbarians and added that 2 fingers were broken in the melee. The people mounted Samantha's breasts, her legs and her arms, Sergi said. 2 fingers were broken, she was heavily soiled. Sergi added that the robot had to be sent back in a parcel to Barcelona for repairs and cleaning after being left so filthy and broken by the never-ending male attention. But then he also said, Samantha can endure a lot, she will pull through. Samantha is a sex doll that reacts intelligently to touch, talks and moans. Ooh. There's an increasing demand for the decisive products. Many think the dolls will prove to be a tool for good. Others think they spell the end of humanity. David Levy, author of Love and Sex with Robots, wrote, the coming wave of sex robots will be human-like in appearance and size. They will have human-like genitals, and they will allow intercourse according to their owner's sexual orientation and tastes. Someone wrote a book called Love and Sex with Robots. I actually want to read this.
Hang on, wait a minute. So somebody... They must have had a lot of sex with robots.
To necessitate an entire book.
Yeah.
So yeah. Would you fuck a sex robot?
If it cost £3,000, I fucking would. I feel like I got to get my money's worth out of it, basically.
All right.
Okay, so from a dead sex robot to a dead man.
Woohoo!
Dying patient causes panic when doctors find he has "Do not resuscitate" tattooed on his chest.
Yeah!
Doctors at the University of Miami Hospital were faced with an ethical dilemma and said it caused more confusion than clarity.
Really?
I don't know how more...
I'm pretty sure
That's pretty clear.
It's written in ink.
Yeah. So an unconscious patient caused a panic when doctors discovered he had the words "Do not resuscitate" tattooed across his chest. The 70-year-old man...
Right.
I mean, he's not a young man. He's 70 years old. Probably not worth resuscitating even if he didn't have that written on there.
Yeah.
Who was diabetic, left medics with an ethical dilemma when he was admitted to hospital with a high blood alcohol level. So when he arrived, they did not know who he was or whether the tattoo represented his true wishes, so they decided to ignore it.
So they resuscitated him.
But yeah, I guess so.
So what the fuck has he got to do? He's got to put "Do not resuscitate" I, Graham Richards, am of sound mind.
I'll get to the thing in a minute. So basically, I went to court about it, and the hospital. We initially decided not to honour the tattoo, invoking the principle of not choosing an irreversible path when faced with uncertainty.
But they have wristbands with DNR on them.
But I mean, you can kind of see their point of view, because if they'd have killed him, then his family probably would have sued them
over a sarcastic tattoo.
Yeah. So this decision left us conflicted, owing to the patient's extraordinary effort to make his presumed advance directive known. Therefore, an ethics consultation was requested. Like, this man is like dying, and they're like, we got to have a meeting right now to see if we fucking bring him back to life or just let him die. So anyway, however, consultants later told doctors treating the man that they should respect the wishes expressed on the tattoo. So they actually did let him die in the end.
He did die?
Yeah, they didn't resuscitate him, he died. But this is the thing that really gets me.
Right.
When his medical records were traced, right?
Uh-huh.
Now, I would have thought that would have been the first thing they tried to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. They confirmed that he had a valid do not resuscitate order in place.
No way.
Yeah. So, now I would have thought that would have been the first step.
Yeah.
Not let's have a consultation about a tattoo. Let's get all our resources together to try and find his medical fucking...
Yeah.
So, anybody out there, if you've got a do not resuscitate...
Was he going to get the fucking... he should have had the serial number of it tattooed.
Yeah.
It should be, do not resuscitate. I have the form filled out correctly. My name is...
It's like your whole body is just like a paragraph explaining...
like some fucked up let me die version of Memento.
So the medical team wrote, the ethics consultant suggested that this is the that it was most reasonable to infer that the tattoo expressed an authentic preference, not presence, preference, that what might be seen as caution could also be seen as standing on ceremony. I mean, you're fucked if you do and you're fucked if you don't in that situation.
It's really difficult because I get it, but at the same time, if you don't want to be resuscitated, but then it's a tattoo. Tattoos don't mean anything.
No.
If he doesn't have, like I said, like a serial number that they can trace it to or whatever.
I mean, how many people get tattoos on a whim thinking that's going to be funny as fuck?
Exactly. Do not resuscitate is quite a metal thing to do.
So, I mean...
What he should have done was actually got, like, the allergic to antibiotics wristband that people with allergies and stuff have.
Yeah.
Then it would have been done, sorted, because it would be a registered thing. Rather than just...
Or, like you say, if there is a serial number, which I'm guessing there is some kind of reference number to...
they have to catalogue it, don't they?
The do not resuscitate order, then he probably should have put that with it.
Yeah.
And then they would have been able to most likely go on the computer and found that he did have one.
Yeah.
So anybody out there that's thinking about getting a do not resuscitate tattoo, make sure that you put a serial number so you don't get resuscitated, because you probably will, especially in this country.
Yeah. Or at least if you're going to be belligerently drunk, he mustn't have had his wallet on him if they couldn't identify him. To get your name tattooed.
John Doe.
Yeah. That's a really awkward story, that is.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't have wanted to be in their position.
No.
I'd have probably rather have been in the 70-year-old
Honestly,
position.
I wouldn't really want to be in his position if they're just going, but it says do not resuscitate, but it's only a tattoo. If I could respond, I'd tell you to let me die.
Like 20 people sitting around a table.
Having a conference with him on the fucking table.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's an awkward one, man.
That is the medical profession, even to this day.
Under pressure.
Exactly.
Okay, then. This was news from September. More than 300 Apple iPhone X units were stolen from a UPS truck in San Francisco before the newest model was launched for sale, multiple outlets reported. The thieves, who have yet to be caught, broke into the truck while its driver had been making a delivery at the Stonestown Galleria shopping mall in San Francisco, according to CBS San Francisco Bay Area. With the iPhone X retailing at between $999 and $1,150 in the US, the value of the stolen goods would have amounted to at least £300,000. The police are looking for the three suspects in hooded sweatshirts who drove a white Dodge van, the report said. The theft reportedly occurred between 11 a.m. and 11:15 a.m. Pacific time on Wednesday. Website CNET reported putting the value of the stolen goods at more than $370,000. Dollars?
It's
$370,000. Now, my question here is, who's the real tea leaf here? I think it's fucking Apple.
I've been saying for years, Apple is just
How
bastards.
fucking much? 300 phones cost $370,000. Who's paying $1,000 for a fucking phone?
A lot of people.
Evidently. What are you doing? They're fleecing you, you fucking retards. Apple are the real fucking criminals.
All you have to do is look at their MacBooks.
Yeah.
Their Macs. Were like over £2,000 and they are just garbage.
That's insane.
And how much have they got in overseas accounts? It's like billions and billions of dollars. I think they're like the top company for having money in overseas where they don't have to pay tax.
Yeah.
They're basically just tax dodgers. And they never get held to any kind of responsibility or any kind of wrongdoing when it comes to that.
Smart motherfucking company. But then, Steve Jobs thought he could cure his own prostate cancer by eating avocados. The fuck is going on?
They do say, though, that there's certain fruits that do reduce the swelling and stuff.
Yeah, and they're good for preventing cancer, eating fruits. That's why they say eat 5 bits of fruit a fucking day. Not when you're fucking diagnosed terminal.
I wonder how many avocados he was going through a
By
day.
the truckload. Oh, prostate cancer, can you imagine what his shit looked like with all them avocados and the cancer?
Baby.
Have you seen his last words?
No.
It's really bad. He's like, everything I've done is horse shit. None of this I can take with me. I have completely ignored my friends and family and climbed over people for this success. And what has it got me? Terminal cancer.
Well, at least he learned at the end.
He did, yeah. We all learn by the end. Well, most.
Yeah, most. Not all.
Yeah, some people's ends are.
Yeah. Like that. Is that the end of that?
What's that?
We went on a bit of a tangent.
Apple are fleecing bastards.
Do not buy Apple products. Actually, don't buy any product.
Honestly, in my lifetime, I've bought 3 Apple products. They weren't really expensive ones. It was just like an
iPod, I'm guessing.
iPod, yeah, things like that. None of them lasted more than 6 months.
In this day and age, I believe that we should go back to plastic cups and string.
I would love that.
Just imagine how good that would be. How many cups you'd have to have in your house to talk to like every person in the world.
Can you imagine like back in the old gangster movies where you had like the dialers that would chop and change, but just with plastic cups. Operator, put me through to fucking Burrell Road.
So.
Oh, I can see what it is already.
Seen this?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people out here have seen this as well, but it has come out as being fake.
Oh, it has?
It has come out as being fake. It was Photoshop and excessive makeup.
That's a shame.
But it is a shame. So,
for the audience.
Yes, for the audience. Zombie teen had 50 surgeries to look like Angelina Jolie is accused of photoshopping her pictures, which did turn out to be true. That still gets me. That picture still gets me.
She looks like... Have you seen Mama?
No.
She looks like Mama.
Oh, okay.
Just a twisted face. Like...
So the Iranian teen, who claimed to have had 50 surgeries to make her look like her idol Angelina Jolie, has been accused of photoshopping her shocking pictures. Yesterday we revealed how 19-year-old Sarah Taba...
She's 19.
19, yep. Had been described as a zombie after shots from her Instagram went viral. Instagram users originally considered whether Sarah's shocking look may be the result of the result of mad makeup skills rather than excessive surgery. But now the teen, who reportedly weighs just 40 kilograms, it's 40 bags of sugar,
40 kilograms?
has been accused of using computer trickery to make her face appear slimmer and to exaggerate her likeness to Tomb Raider actress Angelina. Now, we'll put pictures up. Angelina Jolie has been voted as probably like the sexiest woman maybe like 3-4 times.
Yeah.
Like FHM or whatever the hell the thing is.
Nuts magazine.
This bitch does not look anything like Angelina Jolie. You wouldn't be like... If Angelina Jolie was making a movie and she needed a stunt double, this would be the last person you would fucking pick to fill her space.
It'd be like the first Nightmare on Elm Street. There's a shot at the beginning where the lady's being chased by Freddy and she runs into Freddy, right?
Yeah.
So obviously there's Robert Englund off shot there and she's being chased by a stunt double who's like 4 foot tall and he runs like this. Doesn't look anything like the guy. And then it comes to Robert Englund and he's like up here.
Brilliant. So,
so gross. Give me Kathy Bates any day.
the pictures just get worse and worse. So,
how has she not been drug out in the streets and beheaded? She's Iranian.
Because
right?
they think that she's Angelina Jolie.
They think that she's about to die anyway.
They probably think that she is dead. She probably just, like, anytime she sees somebody, she just lays on the floor.
like
leave
some
her alone.
fucked up Iranian Toy Story.
Yeah.
ISIS coming.
So one guy said, like, so this is her saying it to the doctor. Doc, make me look like an 8-month-old corpse. Doctor, say no more. Meanwhile, other critics have compared her look to the Corpse Bride.
She actually does look like the Corpse Bride.
So,
actually, the Corpse Bride is more... I'd fuck the Corpse Bride before her any day.
So if anybody out there that when you've seen these pictures, if you tap that, give it a thumbs up.
Yeah. Let us know if you would.
Yeah.
We'll have you on the show and you can explain yourself.
I know what. If you do give it a thumbs up and like, we will get the psychiatrist or the therapist from the Beans.
Yes.
And we'll sit him here with you and you can have a conversation.
That condescending prick.
Yeah.
Actually, she kind of looks like a mixture between Gollum and the wife from Beetlejuice when they get really old. When they do the seance.
I can see that.
On Gollum's body. Ugh.
It's kind of like, you know, like a car crash.
Yeah.
Where you don't want to look, but you can't help but look.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm finding myself right now.
I think that's how she gets the attention.
Yeah. Wow.
It's like the modern day freak show.
Yeah. Definitely.
Call up fucking Barnum and Bailey. Alright, time for some audio.
Uh-oh.
We have a young man, probably in his 30s, standing out on the green in front of Westminster, doing a news report.
Okay.
And he loses his cool. He has an earpiece in, and you'll hear him being spoken to by his managers through the earpiece, and he speaks directly to the cameraman as well. Here we go.
Time being, at least, a UK military intervention seems unlikely. Why are we doing this outside? Well, because it's cold and it's starting to rain, and we can easily do it from a studio. I'm just wondering what... Yeah, well, that's very easy for you to say in your ivory tower. I'm just wondering... Really? Really? Okay, do you hear what he just said? Do you hear what he just said, why don't you, for once in your life, just do the fucking news? All right, no. I'm going to do the fucking news. No, here is the fucking news. Ex-commercial TV PR man, old Etonian and occasional pig fucker David Cameron would like to bomb Syria. Unfortunately, Russia's got there first, and America's been doing it for ages. He wants to bomb Syria to stop the flow of refugees fleeing all the bombs. He's also hoping it will stop the increased influence of Islamic extremism. Bombing Syria will of course destroy the one remaining multicultural society in the region, leaving it open to the increased influence of Islamic extremism. To bomb Syria, therefore, is clearly mental. No. I'm doing the fucking news. In other news, Muslims are bad, China's bad, but not as bad as it used to be, and Russia is always bad. Nuclear weapons are good, and to suggest not using nuclear weapons is bad. Onto the economy. Debt is good. Corrupt banks are bad, but not bad enough for us to do anything about them. And poverty in the UK is a figment of your imagination. Onto housing. Jeremy Corbyn's plans to build affordable housing and create social housing for the poorest people in our society is a terrible idea. That's according to multi-millionaire, property magnate and all-round shitpot Sir Alan Sugar. Environmental news, there's nothing to worry about, so please carry on consuming at your usual rate. And finally tonight, entertainment. Matt Damon's intelligent and articulate observations about sexuality in Hollywood means that he is definitely a homophobic twat. My name is Jonathan Pye, and that was the fucking news!
See, now I think that all news broadcasts should be like that.
Yeah.
Straight to the point. True news. You can't get any better than that.
That's brilliant. I love him. Do the fucking news.
Do the fucking news. Only in Britain.
All right.
From one angry man to one forgetful man.
Ooh.
See how I'm segueing here?
Yeah.
Man finds car 20 years after forgetting where he parked it. 20 years!
He didn't just wait till the shop was closed or the car park was closed. There's one car.
So, an absent mind...
I have so many questions.
Let's see if the story asks someone. An absent-minded German driver had his car returned to him. He didn't even find it. It just returned to him. 20 years after he forgot where he parked it. Authorities in Frankfurt found the car in a garage in a building which was set for demolition. A local resident had phoned the authorities to to report the car missing, which after 20 years was rotting in a garage, was deemed unfit to drive. I'm not fucking surprised. Police drove the 76-year-old man, which means he was only 56 when he lost his car. Police drove the 76-year-old man to be reunited... Right, okay, this is the worst thing of all. Reunited with his Volkswagen Passat. It wasn't even a car of any note, of any worth.
His Fiat Panda.
Exactly. His Ford Focus. The owner thought it had been stolen.
Oh my god.
Frankfurt authorities said, but it had just been hidden from view. Actually, exactly where he'd left it. But if it's it was in a garage in a building. How can you forget where you've put it? Like you say, why wouldn't you just go back when it was completely empty?
How do you lose a car besides down at the bottom of a fucking lake?
Exactly. It was...
How does nobody notice that it's there for 20 fucking years?
It was reported stolen back in 1997. I mean, like... Frankfurt authorities said the car can no longer be driven and will be sent to the scrap heap. So he gets it back after 20 years just to then scrap it. They might as well have just cut out the middleman and just got rid of it in the first place.
Why? Yeah. Just take a look at it. Oh, it's a piece of shit. It's been sat there for 20 years. No one seems to have noticed it or reported it. We're going to demolish this building anyway. Fuck it.
Exactly. The car had only been discovered because it had been parked in a building which is being regenerated.
I don't get how. I just don't understand how.
According to the German paper Augsburger Allgemeine, I don't know. I can't read German.
Yeah.
So the car was getting in the way of building work. So police had to investigate and find out who it belonged to.
Why didn't they investigate after like 1 year?
There was no word or whether there were any boiled sweets left in the glove compartment. Nor why the man got so confused in the first place. He was blind drunk. Clearly he was blind drunk. He couldn't remember where the fuck he parked it and just decided to say, for insurance purposes, it had been stolen.
Clearly, when he parked it, it was a car park that was used.
Yeah.
How did they not notice it was there?
Like, you think how many... Right, this was... What was it? 1997. So there would have still been, like, CCTV cameras and all that type of shit, wouldn't there?
Well, he would have... If it was a garage, a multi-storey garage, yeah?
Yeah.
He would have had a ticket. Someone would have checked it.
Yeah. Look, there's 20 years worth of tickets on there.
Here's your car. It's undrivable and you owe us 400,000 Deutschmarks. What the fuck?
Should we just start calling this podcast the Angry Podcast?
Yes. So, on our previous episode, you brushed lightly upon a lady who had her lips snipped.
Oh, yes.
And made a piece of jewellery out of the severed lips.
I did indeed.
Here's a follow-up to that, but with a different woman. Kaylee Motes was stunned to discover at 18 that she had a rare syndrome, which means she has no cervix, uterus, or vaginal opening. A 22-year-old born without a vagina hopes to have life-changing surgery that would allow her to feel like a woman for the first time. Kaylee Motes from Arizona, United States, was born with Mayer Rokitansky-K-Sterhauser syndrome, or MRKH, which means she has no cervix, uterus, or vaginal opening. She was diagnosed aged 18 when, alarmed by the fact she had not yet got her period, she took a trip to the gynecologist.
Hang on. She has no vaginal opening.
Mm-mm.
So what? Does she? She's not smooth like a fucking Barbie doll, though, is she?
No. She has the lips. I don't know if she has a clit. I'm assuming she has a pee hole.
Just no vaginal opening.
Kaylee said, when I first found out about my condition, my mum was with me at the gynecologist. Can you imagine that? You got no cunt, love. I was heartbroken and confused when the doctor came in and told me he didn't see a uterus in the ultrasound. I was scared for the future because I didn't know what was coming up next and how I'd be able to have my own family one day. I didn't know that I didn't have a vaginal opening until later on because they only did an ultrasound at first. How can you not know at age 18? This was even worse when I found out because I'd already accepted the fact I couldn't carry my own children, but that just brought another set of worries to me.
Do you know what would be brilliant?
What's that?
You know, like those programs where they sort of surprise people.
Mm.
They should do one like a porno, but with her. So like the chick is like sucking off the guy and getting him all hard and getting him red, and she's like, "Oh, fuck me," and he's like, "Oh, I can't."
So like instead of like the tranny dick reveal, it's like,
oh, it's no hole.
Back door's always open. I went to my mum and said, I don't see an opening, and we both started crying. I would always wonder, like, where do you even put your tampon if I were to start my period, since I couldn't see where I could put it in down there?
Surely at that age you must understand. Is she like very Christian or something?
Must be. We'll see. Having a relationship with a condition may be difficult, but her boyfriend Robbie Limmer of 4 months accepts her for who she is and even contributes money from an everyday paycheck he gets towards Kaylee's campaign.
Of course he does.
He's getting pussy from somewhere else. Or she's a Catholic virgin. Up the poop. It's not virginity. Kaylee said, I met Robbie in my senior year of college when I was working at the front desk. He thought I was cute, so he came up and we started talking. It took about a month for me to tell him that I have MRKH. He was confused at first, but supportive, and he said that doesn't change how he sees me. That's a fucking lie. He doesn't really focus on the sexual side of our relationship.
He's not a man. He's not a man.
He doesn't really focus on the sexual side of our relationship, but he really gets on with my brother. Because we can't do anything since I don't have a vaginal opening. But I'm looking forward to having a sexual relationship. I'm not sure if I want to wait until marriage, but I think having that option there is a lot more comforting. Ooh. She thought she was a late bloomer.
She thought she was a late bloomer. You don't just grow a hole. You don't just go, oh shit, I've grown 5 holes this year. What the fuck? 18 years old. There is something seriously wrong if you don't know that you're meant to have a vaginal opening at the age of 18.
Oh, she's got a GoFundMe page.
Well, go fund my hole.
She needs to raise 15 grand for the surgery. She's raised 3.5.
I can tell you how she could earn way more than $15,000 in a day.
Porn?
No. On her GoFundMe page, put, if you donate excess amount of money, you get to fuck the hole. Right? She'll have fucking people paying ridiculous amounts of money.
There are a lot of famous social media moguls that have done that.
Like you could literally charge like $100,000 to be to take her virginity from her man-made hole. That's a money maker right there.
Literally, money maker.
Like, literally, shake your money motherfucking maker.
Oh.
Check that the camera's still going. Yep. Right, so, next story. How do you fancy a little bit of ghosts?
Hell yeah! Love it.
I can't think of a segue.
The ghost of her dead pussy.
From one... No.
I wonder if you blow on her pussy, it makes her sound like a ghost.
Tumbleweeds, just...
Yeah. That was terrible. Go on. Ghost.
So, this video.
Mm-hmm.
Dad captures chilling clip of ghost of... Oh, bastard.
Ghost of old bastard.
Dad captures chilling clip of bowel liquor. Dad captures chilling clip of ghost of Black Monk of Pontefract
In Yorkshire.
peering at him through museum window. So the spine-tingling footage taken in a museum that is said to be haunted shows a shadowy figure shaped like the round face of a bald man staring down. That's terrible writing. At Sean Reynolds as he speaks to the camera.
Okay.
So I shall play you the video.
Go for it.
Now you tell me if you can see shit.
Dave.
Hello and welcome. I am in the historic city of Leeds to investigate this Grade 2 listed building which lies close to Kirkstall Abbey. This is Abbey House Museum and this is Ghost Dimension Flying Solo. Hello and welcome. I am in the historic city of Leeds to investigate this Grade 2 listed building which lies close to Kirkstall Abbey. This is Abbey House Museum and this is Ghost Dimension Flying
now, if you're watching
Solo.
this footage, please tell me if you can see anything because I can't. I mean,
Just moments earlier during filming, the window was clear.
Right.
like,
I didn't see shit.
no. And even if you did see a shadow, it could just be somebody on the other side of the window walking past.
And then the problem I have with this story is they say it's the Black Monk of Pontefract, right? But the Black Monk of Pontefract haunted a house on a hill in Pontefract where they used to have the gallows. And the monk was hung on the gallows. Then the houses were built over the top, and this poltergeist haunted the house.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, and it's a very well-known ghost account. Like, everybody in Pontefract knows about this house and what the people went through and stuff. It's like that old, like, they all know each other and they know everything. Like, they make themselves part of the story, if you know what I mean. So to have the Black Monk of Pontefract turn up in a fucking museum... no.
Like I say, I can't see anything.
No, there's nothing there.
Like, even if it wasn't, like, the Black Monk of Pontefract, and it was just a different ghost, I still can't see anything.
There's nothing there.
So yeah, this man is just talking shit.
Yeah.
And that's where we're going to leave that. Because I'm not going to give him any more airtime.
No, fuck him. Right. Alright. This is quite a sad story. But it makes me very angry.
Okay.
And I think it'll probably make you angry for the same reason. A heartbroken snake expert filmed himself dying on a live stream broadcast after he let his pet black mamba bite his hand in the wake of his marital breakdown. You know about this? Arslan Valiyev, 31, from St. Petersburg, Russia, pleaded with viewers to call his ex-wife Ekaterina something after he visibly deteriorated on camera. He filmed his tragic death on a live stream broadcast in the wake of his marital breakdown. In the horrific footage, the blogger shared his pain over the breakup moments after he let his pet snake bite him. The actual snake bite and moment of death were not shown, but the blogger, a former zoo employee, allowed viewers to see the bite on his hand. At the end of the footage, he got up from his chair and staggered off camera, possibly towards a bathroom, where he died soon afterwards. In the shocking live stream, he said, "If I die, then I die. I just will stay with you for some time, just in case on my mobile phone there is a message for Katya." His breathing quickens and his eyes start rolling before his muscles appear to become numb. "Pass on to Katya that I love her very much," he said, showing his bitten finger with blood on it. "Beautiful, isn't it? Oh damn, how it... Bye to everyone, I can't believe this is happening to me." Then he read out his former wife's mobile number before adding, "I'm already dying. Farewell. I would be glad to see Katya. I'm shaking." He and Katya were famous for running YouTube channels Bobcat TV about cats and Exotarium about snakes, with hundreds of thousands of followers. Now, what makes me angry about this video is he went off camera.
Do you know, that's not what makes me angry about this video.
Right.
What makes me angry about this video, and to be fair about most suicides on video, is the fact that they feel like they need to, even in their moments of death, they need people's sympathy through social fucking media.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Is that what we've got to do for you people? Have we got to kill ourselves for you to actually watch this fucking show?
I'll let my black mamba bite you.
It's a black. You might want to go see the doctor about that.
It's definitely black.
I'm guessing with, like most snake bites, it congeals your blood.
Yep. Pretty sure.
So...
It either congeals your blood or stops hemoglobin and you bleed out. But I think that's the boom slang. The boom slang does. It's like you get bit by a boom slang and then you die like Ebola.
Yeah. That must be a horrible way to go.
Painful.
Congealing blood. I mean, that can't be.
Have you seen the video where they drop some cobra venom into a vial of blood? It's like a sponge. It turns into a sponge.
Because obviously your heart's going to still try... Like, your heart must just give out. That's what must kill you off.
Well, yeah, it shuts down all your internal organs. Because the side effects are like muscle spasms, extreme headaches, blurriness of vision, vomit and diarrhea.
But it can't last that long.
I wouldn't have thought so with a black mamba. Some of them do. Some of them you have like 12 hours to get the anti-venom.
I'd rather get bitten by something that's going to kill you quick.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Thank God we live in a country that doesn't really have anything poisonous.
All right. Go.
Sorry, I'm still angry about being on social media. I mean, like there's this other chick that was a while back. I think she hanged herself on Facebook.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of them.
It's just like, why do you feel like you like? Basically, all you're doing is making the person that you're making the video about feel guilty for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I mean, how fucking selfish is that? If you want to kill yourself, fucking kill yourself, but don't bring the whole world in.
And make a decent video. Don't stumble off in the background. We love watching videos of death and stuff. It makes you feel good about yourself.
It's like what I said in the... Oh no, that might not be released yet. No, it was the Hollow Earth episode. If you're gonna film something, use a decent fucking camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, what do I want to do next? Okay, let's go for this.
Okay.
Seeing as it's a new year
Yes.
and a new start for most, many people over the Christmas period have a time of reflection and maybe decide that religion is the way to go.
Of course.
Well, Jesus is still speaking from the other side,
What?
because Jesus' statue's butt was hiding a 240-year-old message.
What?
So a statue of Jesus Christ on display at a cathedral in Spain has been hiding a secret message for hundreds of years in the most unlikeliest place. It was tucked away in a hidden compartment in the statue's rear end. Although it is usual for many sculptures to be hollow, like the Earth, it is not so much to find handwritten documents inside. A member of the Holy Week Brotherhood of Sotillo de la Ribera, I've probably just butchered that name, according to Science Alert. I don't know what I just said.
So what was it?
Wait a minute. The statue called Cristo del Miserere, anyway, had been removed from a church in northern Spain for restoration when workers noticed the hidden compartment beneath a cloth that covered the statue's butt. I mean, it was literally just a cloth covering... How has nobody gone whoop like that before?
They will do now. In churches across the land.
Inside the statue was a letter penned in 1777.
Fucking hell.
The letter discussed the statue and others created by the same sculptor, and detailed what life was like in the community 240 years ago. The writer described popular games of the day, including cards and ball. And
Basketball?
just ball.
Pokemon cards?
Just ball. Just ball and cards. And noted that typhoid and malaria were common. He also revealed that the main crops were wheat, rye, barley and oats.
Ooh.
But the harvest had been plentiful that year. Sorry, he was referring to the vineyards. So they were all getting pissed up, basically.
Yeah, buoy. Oh, God, there's hiding note in Jesus'
arse, yeah. Only Bow Liquor will find that. Although the original document will be sent to the Archbishop. The Archbishop. A copy was returned to the statue's hindquarters for posterity. Posterity, but posterity works. So yeah.
An asshole time capsule.
Even 240 years later, our Lord and Saviour is still talking to us via his butthole.
About cards and ball.
For cards and ball! Hang on, wait a minute. Let's find out what cards and ball is.
God.
What is Jesus? What is cards and ball?
I'm assuming it was card games and ball games.
It literally just said card and ball. Maybe it's a game where you play with cards and a ball.
Card and ball.
Card and ball.
Alright. Are you ready for some more audio?
Yes, I am.
This is a video about a rather large fatman.
Not a footman.
A chair-ridden fatman.
A chair ridden.
And he just so happens to have...
I've just got to ask, is this a special chair? If he's that big.
It's a big chair.
It's a big chair, okay.
I'm assuming it's reinforced. And he's done something rather silly. And this lady that knows him, or his carer, or his girlfriend, or something, is confronting him with his silly behaviour.
His name isn't Francis.
Francis, I need to talk to you. Shut off your game.
Let me beat the level.
No, I need to talk to you now.
This is my last life. Let me beat the level. 1 second. Why do you have a camera?
Because I wanted to get this on film.
I'm not going to talk to you if you have a camera.
I just got the credit card statement in the mail.
So?
How did you spend $380 on iTunes?
I don't know. It wasn't me. It was probably you. You buy all that music and shit.
Francis, you're the only one with an iPad.
Oh, okay. I've been playing some games lately. Like I got Magic 2014, and I fucking been playing Angry Birds, and I've been playing Candy Crush a little bit. But I mean, that was only like $10. I don't know how it's that much.
Can you purchase things in those games?
Okay, sometimes you run out of like moves, and sometimes you can't beat a level unless you have a power up. And so you can get the power ups for free through like Facebook, but I don't have any friends on my Facebook list, so I try to get power ups in the game. Okay, and so it's like 99 cents, but the paintbrush was like $40.
Well, we're gonna have to sell some of your games so you can pay me back.
No. I look, I got money. I asked you money, okay? Give me my bank. I'll give you some money. Not the green. There's nothing in the green one. Give me the red one. I didn't expect you to get your fucking money out of here. Here, I'm sorry, okay?
Princess, that's like $1.80.
I don't know, it's like a fucking down payment, okay? I don't know what you expect from me. I don't have a fucking job, okay? I'm a YouTube technician here, I don't have any money.
Okay, well then I'm taking your iPad.
No, don't take my fucking iPad.
Taking
No,
your iPad
god
then.
damn it.
Obviously you can't be trusted with it.
I'll give you the money, just give me back my fucking iPad. I want to beat the, give it, take your fucking money. I want to beat the level, let me beat the level. I just bought 3 new lives. Motherfucker.
Francis, what are you doing?
I can't believe that bullshit. Fuck you!
Fuck you.
Oh, yeah, it was Francis. I spent all afternoon watching his videos.
You see the one with the Halloween?
No.
Is it Halloween? Where he's got like a load of sweets and he's not allowed them. It's fucking hilarious.
I watched the Christmas one though, where she asks how his Christmas was, and he's like, yeah, it was okay. She's like, you don't seem that happy. He's like, I didn't get any games for Christmas. I had lots of games on my Christmas list. And she goes, well, Santa just left you one more present. Gives it to him, and it's Just Dance, We Fit, and Biggest Loser. And he goes fucking ballistic. Pushes over the Christmas tree, fucking goes, ah! So tells her to fuck off and stuff, and then she gives him a real present, and it's got like 5 games in it that he wants, and he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. From Facebook games with a fat man to Facebook artificial intelligence.
Oh shit.
Scientists have switched off Facebook.
Spacebook?
Scientists have switched off Facebook's robot because it's reportedly created its own language. Researchers noticed that artificial intelligence they've created has started to make up their own code words. Initially it looks like absolute gibberish, but it became clear that the machines nicknamed Bob and Alice were actually communicating with one another. In a Frankenstein twist on their research, the robot abruptly stopped using English and could only be understood by other artificial intelligence. It comes after other AI developed in a similar pattern elsewhere, like when Google Translate invented its own language.
It's time to pull the plug.
Yes.
It's time to pull the fucking plug. Let's go back to the dark ages.
Fuck the internet.
Who needs computers? Who needs artificial intelligence?
Exactly. The so-called neutral network started translating phrases easier using its own language, according to the New Scientists. Bob was reported by Digital Journal to have said, I everything else, to which Alice replied, balls have zero to me.
Ball and card. Card and ball.
It is thought that the robots were trying to resolve problems they had encountered because I and to me reflects problems one AI is having in the response from a so-called negotiating agent. Scientists have built the robots to switch to more efficient call and responses, but it ended up being gibberish to humans. There was no reward to sticking to English language, Georgia Tech scientist Dhruv Batra told Fast Co-Design. If I say the 5 times, you interpret that to mean I want 5 copies of this item. This isn't so different from the way communities of humans create shorthands. Although Facebook switched their robots off, the AI at Google encouraged the reporters, and they have continued to use their neural network. Skynet.
Yeah. Before you know it, there are going to be metal men walking around, travelling through time to destroy.
The only thing is they
John Connor.
haven't created the self-propulsion unit from Star Wars where the droids recharge themselves by movement.
It's going to happen.
Then we're fucked.
But
At the moment we're alright because you can just pull a plug.
To be fair, if there was like robots walking around at this moment in time going, bing dong ling chow. That's completely a stereotyped Chinese language.
But then they're hacking into the nuclear codes with that.
Yeah. But you're kind of going to know that they're not human. If you could string a normal sentence together, you'd be like, yeah, he's okay.
Well, all you have to do is molest the shit out of it. Until it breaks.
It's soiled! It's soiled!
The boards. Scary shit. But then, well, I suppose it's a plus side, depending on which side of the fence you sit. One solar flare.
It's going to kill us all anyway.
It won't kill us all, but it'll destroy the entire electrical grid on the planet.
I'm pretty sure a solar flare will actually kill us.
A massive one could kill us, but a bigger one than we're used to, one that, as in like the disasters episode that's coming up, one is due, and if it goes off, it will wipe out our entire electrical grid.
It will wipe out the Meatballs video podcast.
It will wipe out the internet, everything. All those automatic security locks on the prison doors.
Uh-oh. America will be alright because all the prison guards carry guns. They can just shoot them. But we're pretty screwed in England.
Yes.
Arm yourself with a shovel or a cricket bat. Because shit's about to get real.
Oh, mate. I know what you need. I have discovered my weapon of the apocalypse. Warhammer.
As in an actual
Warhammer. I saw a video of this motherfucker. He looked like Francis. He was fucking round and like 5 foot tall. He had this. It was the stick of a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But with a warhammer on the end. Like, it wasn't much bigger than like a big claw hammer.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's got the hammer on one side and spike on the other. And he was fucking just like. It went straight through chainmail. He was like using the point and it was going through armor. That shit is like. And he was just like.
But how easy are they to come across?
I think you might have to make one. I'm sure you can get one off eBay.
I can't make a Warhammer.
We need to invest in them.
I can't even stick Warhammer together.
Sticky fingers.
I'm stuck to my finger.
Just get frustrated and end up just melting polystyrene with the glue.
Yeah.
That's what I usually do.
You got any more stories?
Yeah, I've got like 2 more. A transcript from a recent court hearing in Georgia contains several of the most surreal courtroom exchanges in recent memory, with a murder suspect threatening to kill the judge's family while the judge responds telling the suspect to publicly masturbate. The transcript, which was posted anonymously on Imgur Tuesday, begins with a rather mundane though grisly topic. Denver Allen was charged with murder for the beating death of a fellow inmate at Floyd County Jail. In his June 17th hearing, he seeks to have the court-appointed defense attorney fired and replaced with a different one. The situation at the hearing, though, quickly deteriorates into a full-blown theatre of the absurd. To start, Allen tells Floyd County Superior Court Judge Bryant Durham that he needs a new public defender because his current one insists on being allowed to perform oral sex on him.
Whoa. His his attorney is giving him head.
Yes.
But he wants a new one.
Because his current defense attorney is insisting on giving him head. Apparently. And this is in a court of law. He's misrepresenting my case, Allen says in the transcript. He told me if I wanted him to do a good job, I had to let him give me oral sex. Allen further claims that his defender conspired with doctors so he would receive a false diagnosis of mental illness, and he accuses him of concealing evidence from his own murder case. A skeptical Durham informs Allen that he doesn't have the right to fire his public defender, and receive a new one, and he warns Allen that trying to represent himself in a murder trial would likely end badly. Ted Bundy tried to do that, and he went to the chair.
If you were the attorney, and you were like using that as a blackmail, basically, I'm not going to do this properly unless you
let me suck your dick.
Why would you want to suck his dick? Surely, if anything, you'd want to get your own dick sucked.
I want nothing more than to have the cock of a murderer in my mouth.
It's just weird.
Allen then responds by declaring he will put himself in contempt of court and tells Durham, "Go fuck yourself," leading to the following exchange. Durham, I'm finding you in contempt of court. I don't care. I know you don't, and I sentence you to 20 days for that, and if you say anything else, I'm going to add 20 days for everything you say. Fuck you! 40 days. Fuck you again! 60. This is like the Breakfast Club. Go fuck yourself! A year. Your mama! 10 years. Suck my dick! Allen's truculence leads into an extended argument about Allen's manhood and whether its advantageous use would improve his chances in his murder trial. You reckon if I let you suck my dick that I could get you a fair trial here? Allen says. I don't think that's going to get you a fair trial unless you have every one of the jurors do it. That's the judge said that.
Wow.
Allen then boasts of the power of his big old donkey dick, leading to another testy exchange. You prefer men, right? I fuck white boys. You, white or black? White boys! Butt boys? With big butts! Oh, of course, you know you look like a queer. Well, okay, so now you're calling me a queer in the courtroom. I didn't call you one, I said you look like one. Allen then requests a court order to get my dick sucked. Which Durham does not address. I'll bet everybody enjoys sucking your cock, Durham says instead, setting off a lengthy and testing exchange during which Durham also informs Alan he has a constitutional right to be a dumbass. Alan then abruptly changes tack, announcing that he will butcher Durham's entire family. How about this, he says. I kill your whole family. When I get in this trial, I'll murder your whole family. I'll cut your children up into pieces. I'll knock their brains out with a fucking hammer and feed them to y'all. I will murder you, your whole family, your kids. I'm not supposed to be in jail. I was framed.
Yeah, that's not a great defence, is it? Like, I'm going to kill your whole family.
A large red flag, that is. Alan then abruptly veers back into sexual topics, once again boasting about his formidable penis. The hearing then reaches its zenith with Durham bluntly ordering Alan to masturbate in court. I'll make sure the next time I come to court, I'll put it out and jack on you. Okay, why don't you do that right now? I jack on white boys. Why don't you do that right now? Just like I jack on females. Do it now. I can't do it now. Do it now. I ain't got, but I don't care. Take off the cuffs. How many hands do you have to do it? Take off the cuffs. Come on. No. Jack off.
What is everybody else thinking in the courtroom at this time?
I would love to have been there. Jack off. This is Kangaroo court. Come on. Jack off. This is Kangaroo court. Jack off right now. Alan then returns to threatening Durham's family and is finally taken from the courtroom while declaring, I'm subpoenaing y'all's asses in the courtroom. The transcript ends with a certification by court reporter Faye Franklin that its contents are true, complete, and correct transcript of the whole hearing's proceedings.
Damn. What the fuck?
Do it now.
Do it now. This is Kangaroo court. Do it now. I jack off on white boys.
White boys.
With big butts. I just do not. But surely that judge is now no longer a judge.
I think he did end up on the other side of the bench for that.
I'm not surprised. Like I say, everybody in that courtroom, everybody else in that courtroom must have just been like, what the fuck is going on?
Usually you swear once and you cut it out.
Yeah.
Trial reset for another day.
Yeah, but the judge is asking him to fucking toss himself off in the courtroom in front. Like, the jury alone, that is normal people.
Yeah.
That is just people that picked off the street.
Yeah. The judge is perceived as like a godlike figure.
Yeah.
He is the most important man in the room. To see him going, come on, jack off.
That...
You look like a queer.
Because they're not well, I'm guessing they probably weren't filming it.
I don't think so. Otherwise, we'd be watching a fucking video.
That would technically be prostitution.
Yeah, it would. Soliciting.
So...
Oh, it's a grey area.
Yeah. He was very unprofessional.
If you think?
He was very unprofessional. I would just like to say, if I ever had to go to court, I would not want him to be my judge.
No.
Though I've got to admit, I wouldn't go into court telling everybody how great my penis is. So.
Very true. Very true. Or... Well, I was going to say you wouldn't appear in court for murder, but we'll see.
And I certainly wouldn't be going, jack on white boys.
This is Kangaroo court! Alright.
Dear. I'm all out, so.
You're all out, okay. Let's go live!
Oh. man.
It's time for the greatest man of all time. The video's entitled When Facebook Live Goes Wrong. All you need to know about this is it's a black fella.
Not a white boy.
White boy! Heavily tattooed, gold teeth. He's decided to go on Facebook Live. The only problem is with Facebook Live is... Firstly, you need to know what to say and have something to say.
yeah.
Something to talk about, a subject, a theme.
Watch this video and then just imagine the whole of the Meatballs show being this way.
If we were to live stream it and we didn't cut out all of the bits of us just sitting there going, "Load, you fucking wanker," then yeah. Also,
Yes.
when you're going to go on Facebook Live and you don't have anything in your head to say, make sure you can read.
Hey, I'm live, y'all. I'm live. I'm live. I'm live. Tamika, you so retarded. Girl, you silly as hell, Tamika. You know I'll just get my thing here. You know what I'm saying? I'm live though. I'm Marcus. Bruh. What's good? Shit, nigga, just chilling, cooling. So you know me, baby. Live, nigga. I'm live. Casserole. Cassandra. You make my D.A. You make my day. Oh, Cassandra, hey, I appreciate that shit, boo. You know what I'm saying? I do it all for you. I'm Melissa, you need to get off so cold social media because you can't read punk MF.
Motherfucker.
Oh, motherfucker. Hey, bitch, you better go ahead, bitch. I'm live. Bitch, I am live. I'm live. As a matter of fact, check this out.
How does that prove that? Check this out.
Just took that drink live. Bitch, I'm live. Fuck you. I ain't gotta get off of social media, bitch. I'm live. Chat. ILD. Child support. You are $29,000 behind, and you going to jail. Mother. Hey, guess what? I'm gone. Boom. I'll be alive. Shut her down. Child support trying to find me. Good night. Boom. Hello.
Hello!
We're live!
And we'll end it, beautiful people, on a very weird story. At first,
Oh.
Nick Hess didn't really know what was happening. It was weird. I'd eat some carbs, and all of a sudden I was goofy. Vulgar. He would get inexplicably sick with stomach pains and headaches. Every day for a year I'd wake up and vomit, he says. Sometimes it would come on over the course of a few days. Sometimes I was just like, BAM! I'm drunk! No alcohol has passed his lips. But not everyone believed him. At one point, his wife searched the house from top to bottom for hidden bottles of booze. I thought everyone was just giving me a rough time until my wife filmed me and then I saw it. I looked drunk. Hess would come to realise that he suffers from auto-brewery syndrome, a very rare and somewhat controversial medical condition in which an overgrowth of yeast in the gut turns carbohydrates from food into excess alcohol in the blood.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's it like to live with this odd condition? And if it turns out that many people are being mistaken for alcohol abusers by everyone from their friends to the courts, what should we do about it? Evidence of experiences like Hess's can be traced back to the 70s when researchers in Japan described a mysterious condition in a patient.
This should be called the Unable to Read.
The Stumblebum podcast. When researchers in Japan described a mysterious condition in patients with chronic yeast infections. In papers published at the time, the researchers described how all of these patients had abnormal liver enzyme, which meant that they weren't great at getting rid of alcohol from the body. Everyone has a little bit of yeast in their guts, and when it interacts with carbohydrates and sugar from our food, it produces tiny amounts of alcohol. In the case of Japanese patients, the extra yeast from the infection and the fact that they ate lots of carbohydrate-rich rice, combined with the abnormal liver enzyme, meant that they couldn't process alcohol quick enough.
So that technically means nobody is teetotal then?
Apparently so, yeah.
My life is a lie.
Yeah. It's the story's entitled The Man Who Gets Drunk on Chips.
What a great life.
Yeah, man.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't even think that would be
That's weird, isn't it?
possible.
Auto-brewery syndrome.
So he's basically got to go most of his life without ever having carbohydrates.
I guess so, unless they put him on medication to... I don't know if you
lower his
can to
yeast
lower the
level,
yeast.
right?
Yeah. Weird.
But then if everybody's got it,
Yeah.
I don't know. Your body must get used to the amount that you have.
I would have thought so.
So, poor bastard. I would definitely die. I would definitely kill myself if I couldn't have carbohydrates
Imagine
ever
he
again.
didn't even notice until someone took a video of him and he's like...
But then would you, obviously, you know what it's like to be drunk.
Yeah.
I've been drunk a couple of times.
Yeah.
You know that you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you've never had a drink before...
I suppose the operative of drinking alcohol is, I'm going to get drunk.
Yeah.
So even if...
You know that alcohol has passed your lips, so
Yeah.
if you are drunk, you kind of expect it. Whereas if you've never taken a sip of alcohol and you're just acting drunk, you probably don't realise that because you don't...
fair play. It's weird.
It's very weird. Very, very weird. The amount of places he's probably been chucked out of. He's probably been to loads of restaurants. And he's ordered a big plate of fries or whatever, and he's chowing them down and he's enjoying them. And it's like, so you've got to leave.
I don't know where you're getting it from, but don't do it in here.
Wow.
So yeah, that, my friends, was episode 3 of the Motherfoin Meatballs podcast.
Motherfoin?
Yeah.
Motherfoin?
There was an N-word in that video, so I'm making up for it by saying motherfoin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't endorse the N-word.
Who does endorse the N-word? Apart from, the Bloods and Crips.
We are strongly against the N-word. And I mean the actual N-word.
Yeah, not nigger, by the way, the N-word.
No, the N-word. I find that to be more offensive. Let's just dance around the word that we...
Hey, it's an N-bomb!
Yeah, no.
Let's all take a leaf out of Kevin Smith's book and take Porch Monkey back. Let us have one. We're not even allowed to say coloured or black or African.
You're allowed to say African.
Are you, though? In this climate?
I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
I don't know.
We need to get somebody who writes political correctness
Please,
on the show.
if you're a PC policeman, comment below, come on the show, and explain to us what we're not allowed to talk about this week.
I'm pretty sure our show's getting shut down.
Fuck you. I know we have brushed on it, but the topic at the moment is transgenders. You're not allowed to talk about genders. Gender is fluid.
Gender is not fluid.
It is.
No. You were born either a male or female.
That's sex. Look, darling, sex is what you have, gender's what you are. Fucking kill me now. Where's your mamba? Bite me. Fuck. See you next time, children. Like, subscribe, vote.
Vote. What are we voting for?
Jeremy Corbyn. Not the big fucker.
No.
Who are we voting for? I don't know. I don't vote.
I've never voted either.
Vote not to be led. How about that? Can you vote not to be led?
What, like a medal?
No, as in you vote to not have a leader.
No, you can't actually. Your vote not to have a leader is to not go and vote. From the Meatballs video podcast to you, do not vote in any upcoming political agendas.
And let the higher ups of the New World Order just carry on doing what they're doing. Because it's going to happen anyway.
Yes.
Voting doesn't matter.
We have no control.
No, we're headed towards a cataclysmic crisis, whether through natural disaster or the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs.
We're all fucked. But on that happy note,
You've always got the meatballs.
always got the meatballs.
Always.
If you're feeling down,
Turn that frown upside down. I just rhymed down and down. Ugh.
and roll around.
Oh, I hate rhyming the same word.
Yeah. Episode 3. In the can.
Awkward point.
See you later.